Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This time we're going to discuss on law of sines and cosines. So this is a topic in trigonometry. We have what are the law of sines and cosines? So for law of sines in any triangle ABC, we have A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. By the way, law of sines and cosines are usually used if the given triangle is scalene or it's not a right triangle. Because if it is a right triangle, then we are just going to make use of the concept of the 6 trigonometric ratios. So we have here, in this particular equation, the small letters A, B, and C. So this one, small letters A, B, and C, this refers to the side. Then A, B, and C, capital letters A, B, and C refers to the angle of a triangle. So for example, in triangle ABC, we have side A is 28, angle A is 71 degrees, and angle B is 63 degrees. Find the measure of side B, side C, and angle C. So in this particular given, let us try to draw our illustration first. We have given triangle A, B, and C. How are we going to locate those given data? So we have angle A is 71 degrees, angle B is 63 degrees, and side A is 28. For angles, it would be very easy for us to locate what particular angle is the given. Now, for the side, remember the side opposite angle A, that's side A. The side opposite angle C, that's side C. And the side opposite angle B is side B. And of course, we have there one angle unknown, which is angle C. Now, let's start. Since in a triangle, two angles are already provided, meaning we can just solve for angle C immediately. That is, using the concept of the sum of the interior angles of a triangle, which is equal to 180. Thus, the equation will be C is equal to 180 degrees minus the sum of the measures of the given two angles. So by substitution, we have 180 minus the quantity of 71 plus 63. That makes it, since 71 plus 63 is 134, meaning angle C is equal to 46 degrees. Now we already have the measure of angle C. We now proceed to either B and C. Now, looking at the given, it's A that is complete, meaning we have the measure of angle A and we have also the measure of side A. Try to observe the equation. It is in a proportion style. Meaning, Anania, we are only going to choose two for us to create the equation or identify what particular equation we are going to use. Now, literally, the first pair that we are going to use is the pair with complete data. So since we have angle A and we also have side A, meaning we are going to make use of A over sine A. And since we have also the measure of angle B and we need to solve for side B, remember na in choosing the two particular pairs in the law of sines, make sure that after substituting all the given data, there should only be one variable left unknown. Duha gani na, meaning solution of the problem is not possible. Okay? So by substitution now we have side A is 28, angle A is 71, and that is equal to side B is unknown, and angle B is we have 63 degrees. Then cross multiply, we can now have B times sine 71 degrees, so this one, and then 28 times sine 63 degrees. Next is using your calculator, solve for or identify the value of sine 71. And using your scientific calculator, sine 71 is equal to 0.9455. And sine 63 degrees is 0.89110. Then we have 0.9455b is equal to 28 times 0.8910 is 24.9482. Now, Why did I use 4 decimal places? So that the value that we can create is duol siya sa possible value. So more on approximation ta diring dapita. So dividing both sides of the equation by 0.9455, that is to get the value of b. So that would be cancelled, meaning b is equal to 26.3862. Okay? So we now have the value of side b. Next is we have, since from the previous solution that we were already able to solve the measure of angle C and side B. Now we proceed to the length of side C. So again, this time you need to identify the possible pair, starting with the pair with a complete set. So I suggest na even if angle B and side B are already complete also, I suggest we still use the original one given. Why? Because if in case, by mistake, there is a mistake, or by chance, there is a mistake in solving for B, at least it will not go through with side C. So we are going to make use of the original given. So A over sine A, this time, is equal to C over sine C. So, A is 28 over sine 71, since angle A is 71 degrees. And that is equal to C over, based from the solution that we had a while ago, we were able to get the value of C as 46 degrees. So, we have sine C is sine 46. Then, cross multiply, we have C times sine 71 is equal to 28 times sine 46. And again, using your scientific calculator, sine 71 is 0.9455 and sine 46 is 0.7193. So solving now, divide 28 times 0.7193 is 20.1415. So dividing both sides of the equation by 0.9455, we get C is equal to 21.3025. So using the law of sines, we were able to get all the remaining parts of the triangle. Now, there will be cases na the given data is we cannot make use of the concept of law of sine. Why? By the time we're going to make use of the formula for law of sine, there are 2 unknown left. So that is why we are going to make use of the law of cosine. What is the law of cosine all about? So in any triangle ABC, we have these 3 equations. So there are 3 equations for law of cosine, starting with a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. B squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine B. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine C. So those are the 3 different equations. The equations may look complicated, but let me give you a clue or a hint on this one. So observe. Whatever is the side unknown, that is the angle. Okay, observe. A squared cosine A, B squared cosine B, C squared cosine C. And the remaining side becomes our concept on the Pythagorean. So B squared plus C squared, and whatever are the variables that are being squared in this particular part of the equation are also the variables that are being multiplied. So observe. B squared C squared BC, A squared C squared AC, A squared B squared AB. See? So there is a hint on that one. So how are we going to solve problems related to law of cosine? We have here, in triangle ABC, B is 41, C is 30, so that refers to the side, and we have angle A is 50 degrees. So you are asked to solve for the measures of side A, angle B, and angle C. So let's label our triangle ABC and the given. We have B is 41, C is 30, and we have angle A is 50 degrees. So which means it's side A, angle B, and angle C. That is the unknown. So observe how do I label the sides. The side opposite angle A is side A. The side opposite angle B is side B. The side opposite angle C is side C. So now, from the given, how are we going to identify what particular equation we're going to use? So here, we have the length of the two sides B and C. So try to locate from the three equations B and C here. And partner is A, which is angle A, and we also have that given, meaning we are going to make use of that equation. So for you to be able to identify what particular equation you're going to use, try to locate the three given involved in the equations provided. Asa gani nga naa na silang tulo, then that would be the equation that you are going to use. So by substituting, we have the length of B is 41, the length of C is 30. So we have minus 2 times 41 times 30, and cosine A is 50 degrees. So evaluating it further, 41 squared is 1,681. 30 squared is 900. 2 times 41 times 30, that's 2,460. And using your scientific calculator, cosine 50 is 0.6428. Next is we have A squared is equal to 1,681 plus 900, that is 2,581, minus 2,460 times 0.6428 is 1,581.2880. Now, do not worry about the bigger numbers because I think you are allowed to use calculators on this part. So we now have A squared is equal to 2,581 minus 1,581.2880 is 999.712. Now, since 999.712 is the value of A squared, we need to get the square root. And take note, though sometimes it always comes on our mind that if we're talking about square root, the result is positive, negative. Remember, we are talking about sides here, meaning we are just going to make use of the positive value, which means A is equal to 31.62, approximately 32. Or we try to round it off to the whole number. So now we already get the value of A. So what remains is the measure of angle B and angle C. So next is we have, so using the same given, we still have this information here. But this time, we already have the length of A, which is equal to 32. That is based from the computation we have done a while ago. So this time, let's try to solve for angle B. So angle B, just locate the equation with cosine B. So that is B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. And by substitution, B is 41, A is 32, C is 30. So 2 times A is 32 and C is 30 cosine B. And that is equal to 41 squared is 1,681. 32 squared is 1,024. 30 squared is 900. 2 times 32 times 30, that is 1,920 cosine B. Then combining like terms, 1,024 plus 90 is 1,924 minus 1,920 cosine B. Next is, I try to transpose negative 1,920 cosine B to the other side. That makes it positive 1,920 cosine B. And that is equal to 1,924 remain. Then transpose 1,681. So that is minus 1,681. Which means 1,920 cosine B is equal to the difference between 1,924 and 1,681, which is equal to 243. Simplifying it further, divide both sides of the equation by 1,920. 920 is cancelled, so what remains? Cosine B is equal to 0.1266. So where did I get 0.1266? That is 243 divided by 1,920. Now let's try to do the inverse function. Cosine B is equal to 0.1266 is equal to B times the arc cosine of 0.1266. So this is read as arc cosine. Now, how are we going to have that function in your scientific calculator? So in your scientific calculator, you try to press shift, then the function cosine, mugawas na si cosine exponent -1, and then input the value 0.1266. And in that case, you will be able to get 82.73 or 72. Now, we will try to have it or round it off into whole number. So, approximately, angle B is 83 degrees. Okay? So, we are done solving with angle B. So, what remains is angle C. So, after the measurement or solving for measure of angle B, let's now proceed to angle C. Okay, let's try to have the details or the data. We now was able to solve for the measure of angle A, which is 32, and angle B, which is 83 degrees. So we are now down to solving for the measure of angle C. So from the three formula for us to be able to identify, again, since we are talking about angle here, locate the equation with the angle C. So we have here the third equation. So we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. So, substituting the value, c is 30, a is 32, b is 41, then a is 32, and b is 41. Expanding it further, 30 squared is 900, 32 squared is 1024, 41 squared is 1681, 2 times 32 times 41 is 2624 cosine C. Again, I think you don't have to worry about bigger numbers, kay I know you are allowed to use calculator in this case. So this will be 900 is equal to 1024 plus 1681, that's 2705, minus 2624 cosine C. So same as what we did with angle B, transpose negative 2624 cosine C to the other side of the equation, that becomes positive. And that is 275. 900, transpose it to the other side, that also becomes negative 900. So simplifying it further, 2624 cosine C is equal to 2705 minus 900, and that is equal to 1805. Divide it by 2624, meaning, okay, 2624 will be cancelled, and we get the value of C, which is 0.6879. So 1805 divided by 2684, it gives you 0.6879. Then again, using your calculator, because this expression is equal to C, cosine or arc sine. So cosine exponent -1 is read as arc sine. Sometimes is what yung word ng arc, ARC o arc cosine 0.6879. And using or the calculator, you will be able to get 46.54. So round it off, angle C is equal to 47 degrees. So again, to use your calculator, this will be shift, cosine, then input the value, close parentheses, and that will give you the value 46.5. Okay, now, how are you going to check if you were able to get the answer correctly, especially in terms of the angles? Try to add all the angles. We have 50 plus 83, that's 133. Plus 47, and that gives you 180 degrees. That's one thing that you have to take note. After solving for the three measures of the angles, make sure that the sum of the angles is 180. Remember, sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. And for the sides, there is also a way of checking whether you were able to get it correctly or not. That is, make sure that the angle opposite the side opposite the smallest angle should have the shortest side. So the smallest angle is 47 degrees. So opposite niya is angle C, which happens to be the shortest side, 30, 32, 41. And the angle opposite the biggest angle or the largest angle, the side opposite the largest angle should be the longest side. So 30, 32, 41, the longest side is 41, and that is opposite the largest angle, 83. And the middleman, 50 degrees, middle side sad ang iyahang angle. So that is one way of checking whether you are able to get the answer correctly or not. Now, here's a hint. What is the hint for us to be able to know what particular law am I going to use? Law of sine or law of cosine? So from the equation of law of sine, A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. Try to make use of this condition. When two angles on the included side, or I think nani sa inyong grade 8 lesson, I think, we have the triangle congruence. Okay? Two angles on the included side are given, meaning you're going to make use of law of sine. Or, if two angles on the side opposite one of the given angles are also given, or the AAS, you're going to use law of sine. Okay, so make use of that little tip for us to be able to identify it clearly. Now, for law of cosine, when are we going to make use of the law of cosine? Here is the case. We have when two sides and the included angle are given. So, SAS. So, kung nagpurma og SAS, two sides and the included angle, then use law of cosine. And we have three sides are given, or the SSS. Okay? So, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from the video. See you in my next video. Bye-bye. Please don't forget to subscribe on my channel.